What's going on, YouTube? This is the SG1 Sports SEC football channel, and we have some interesting news about the Auburn-Georgia rivalry. This is the Deep South's oldest rivalry. It's been played in November every year since 1937, and now it looks like it's going to be moving to October. Yes, that is what the news is saying. This has not been confirmed yet by the SEC, but Georgia President Jer Moorhead did confirm reports that they are going to be moving this to October. And what this is going to mean for Georgia is that they're going to play Tennessee in this spot. So they're going to switch those games. They're going to play Auburn when they would normally play Tennessee and play Tennessee when they would normally play Auburn. We don't know who Auburn's going to play in this spot yet. If I had to guess, I would say maybe LSU. Maybe they could move them there, or perhaps Texas A&M. They always play them fairly late, it seems like, or most years they have. So an interesting change here. And the reason for this is because Auburn has to play Georgia and Alabama. They're two of their final three games of the year every year. And I think they are the ones that wanted this moved. And if you follow me, you know my other channel. You know I'm an Auburn fan. If you don't, yes, I'm an Auburn fan. But, you know, I keep things unbiased here on both channels, and don't really let that affect my opinions or anything on any of these matters. But as I look at this, I don't really think it's going to make that big of a difference. The change that needs to happen is they need to get it to where Auburn does not play Georgia and Alabama, both at home and both on the road each season. They need to just go ahead and play Georgia on the road again this year, get it fixed, because Georgia played Auburn back-to-back years on the road to get the schedules the way they are now. So Auburn needs to just go ahead and play Georgia 2 road games in a row, 2 years in a row, and that would just fix everything, because then you don't have to face Georgia and Alabama both on the road in the same season. And again, I don't think this really helps Auburn that much. You look at it, and they're probably going to have to put another team in that spot that's pretty good, like LSU or Texas A&M. They got a gimme game, an FCS opponent every year between Georgia and Alabama. It's not like they played them in back-to-back weeks, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Again, yes, playing them both on the road, that's a big deal, and I think that should change. But playing them both at the end of the year, it worked out for them a couple of years ago when they had them both at home. They were able to win both of those games, get a lot of momentum at the end of the season, and had a shot to get to the college football playoffs with 2 losses. Could they have done that if they had played Georgia earlier in the season? I don't know. Maybe not. I just don't see that this really helps Auburn all that much. You look at 2010 when they won the national championship. They played both of these teams on the road in November. So you've got to play everyone on your schedule regardless of when you play them. If they played them in back-to-back weeks, yes, it would be different. But having basically a bye week in between those games, what's this really going to help? In my opinion, not much. And for Georgia, Tennessee is traditionally a program that's as good as Auburn, so you're not really long-term going to gain anything either. And so again, and it's not like Georgia plays a big-time team at the end of the season. Played Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech has not been, a powerhouse program or anything like that for a long time. Yes, they beat Georgia some years, but it's nothing like Auburn playing Alabama at the end of the year. So I get it. They're trying to help Auburn out here. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's going to really help. It's not really going to change anything. The change that needs to happen is they need to get these teams switched with Alabama, where they don't play Georgia and Alabama on the road in the same season. That's the fix that needs to happen. However, it needs to happen again. If Auburn needs to play them 2 years in a row on the road, then they should do that, because long term, it's going to really benefit this program, in my opinion. And I know in recent years, Georgia and Alabama are the top 2 teams in the SEC. They've kind of been head and shoulders above everyone else. And to play both of those teams right at the end of the year does seem tough. But back to my point, LSU is still a really, really good program. Texas A&M is going to be really, really good. You're going to have to play some good teams throughout the season. It doesn't really matter when you play them. And if they put LSU, let's say, at the end of the year now, that's not really going to help. I mean, it's still going to be tough to beat. Then you got to play LSU and Alabama in 2 of your final 3 games. Not much difference there when you look at this and you look at the big picture. I realize, like I said, recent years, yes, this seems like it's going to help because Georgia's been so good, and Alabama, of course. But 10 years from now, Georgia and Alabama may not be the two top teams in the SEC. We don't know what's going to happen, and I don't like this move. It doesn't make much sense to me. You lose the tradition. Again, this goes all the way back to 1937. I love tradition. It's what's great about college football. We see all these changes happening all the time. The conferences are realigning. We now have playoffs, and it seems like more and more traditions are slipping away. And I just feel like this was a pointless move. It hasn't been confirmed yet by the SEC, but this seems to be the case. And I would love to get your opinions on this. Let me know what you think about this move down in the comments below. Do you think this will help Auburn? Do you think it'll help Georgia? To me, it's pointless. I don't think it's going to help either team. And that's just my opinion. So, again, your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports SEC Football Channel.